So this stuff, we're on to final exam stuff now. This stuff is not an exam 5. We've already finished everything that's on the exam next Wednesday. All right, y equals x squared plus 5. Remember how to graph these kinds of things? We've actually done it before. This is actually a review, part of it, and then part of it will be new. So it's kind of good thinking this way about the final since we're moving towards the final. You going to be able to put all this stuff together on the final? No. Gotta study.
You have to prepare us for it.
5 exams.
Thank you.
But we get a full paper, right?
Full paper, full sheet of notes, anything you want, both sides for your final. That's right. All right, so y equals x squared plus 5. What's it look like? A, B, C, or D? So it's a U shape up or down.
Because it's squared.
So it's not the sideways stuff. Forget about A and B. It's either C or D. Good. How do you know if it's up or down? If it's y equals positive x squared, it's up. And if it's y equals negative x squared, it's down. Remember, negative down, positive up?
So the squared is what makes it an up or down.
Yep. The x being squared. And now what they're going to do is they're going to move the square over to the y, and then they'll turn sideways. So just put these on your 3x5 cards, what I would do. For the final, this is final talk now, huh? Put this on your full sheet of paper for the final. So it's this one, C. Everybody good? It's C. We'll move along. So in fact, let me just write this for you. Probably be the best thing I could do. So it goes to the right if you have x equals positive y squared, and they go to the left if you have x equals negative y squared. Is that making sense? So up is positive x squared, down is negative x squared. Right and left are positive and negative y squared. Is that all good? So you just move the square to the other letter and it makes them go sideways instead of up and down. Good? So that's it pretty much. So let's take a look at it. So if everybody got that copy down, I'll move forward. Okay. So x equals y squared plus 2y plus 2. Which one is it? Up, down, right, or left?
C.
So it's positive y squared, so that's going to the right, huh? So isn't it D? Yeah? Or A. Oh, wait a minute. No, now we got to get more specific. It's A or it's D. Now, to figure out which one, we got to be a little more careful. Everybody good so far, though? It's A or D. It's going to the right. Okay, now, do you remember how we find the center of the U shape? Remember? We had a little formula. Here's a good chance to... In case you're wondering, should I study for the final exam or should I just show up and wing it? Here's a good help to answer that question. We covered this. So do you remember? I doubt you do. I wouldn't. I mean, we're like in here for 18 weeks. I mean, seasons have gone by in this class, right? It's so long here. You know, my daughters at Cal Poly, they're 10-week quarters. Boom, boom. They almost do 2 of them in the time. We do 1 semester here. 8. I used to teach at Minnesota Junior College. They were compressed calendar. 14-week semesters. This is long. 18 seasons have come and gone. The weather's sort of changed. It hasn't really changed as much as we're used to. But anyway, it started out, it was really hot. Remember? Now it's kind of getting colder. Anyway, it's hard to remember all that stuff. Do you remember? What's the formula? Does anybody remember? Does even one person remember? There's a little formula for how you find that center point. The center of the U shape? The vertex. It's called the vertex. You remember the name. That's good.
2 over 2 equals 2. And then
2 over 2 equals 2? I don't think it does.
No. Like, you have to factor it, but you have to, like...
Nah, I'm not going to factor it.
It's not that one?
All right. So that question has been answered clearly. You need to study for the final unless you want to see your grade plummet. Really. I mean, I'm always shocked when students don't study for a math final. I just think, might as well drop out of the class. Are you kidding? Really? I mean, I would just bomb flat if I didn't study for a math final. It's x equals negative b over 2a. Remember the outside of the quadratic formula? Negative b over 2a. Sorta? Is it coming back now?
Yes.
Negative b over 2a. So you just need to review it. It won't take forever. If you just go back over the old practice exams for the final, just use the YouTubes. They're still up there, you know. Just work through each of the old practice exams. That's what I would do. Negative b over 2a. So now that's x equals. That's for the ones that go up and down. But this one goes sideways. So guess what? When they go sideways, x and y are trading roles, right? The square is on the y now instead of on the x like it normally is. So if x and y are trading roles, then we're going to use the exact same formula, x equals negative b over 2a, except instead of x equals negative b over 2a, it's going to be y equals negative b over 2a. Yeah, same formula, different letter because they traded roles. Does everybody see that? For sideways. So for the sideways, use this, and use this, the x one, for up or down. So you use x is negative b over 2a for up or down. For the sideways, either direction, left or right, you use y equals negative b over 2a. So you just want to put that right on your full sheet of notes for the final. If they go up or down, it's x is negative b over 2a. If they go right or left, sideways, it's y equals negative b over 2a. All right, here we go. Negative b. What's b? This is a, b, c, right? A, b, c. Negative 2 over 2 times a. A is 1. Negative 2 over 2, negative 1. Y equals negative 1. We good? That's actually enough information right there. That means the center, if I want to make this thing, where's the center? Down 1. So the center of this sideways U shape is down 1. Here's his center right here. Is that up or down? That's above, isn't it? See the center of this guy is down? It's D. Everybody see that? See how we know it's D? D is below. The center. Center of the U shape is below. Whereas in A, the center is above. It's positive. Right? So negative 1. D is the answer. That's all we need. Is that good? So if you just have that on your full sheet of notes, you're good to go. You don't have it, not going to be good to go.
Will you change the problem?
Yeah, well, you're right on, Ajane, yeah. When they give me, and how I know that, yeah, let me help with that. How I know that is because it's x equals y squared instead of y equals x squared. Yeah, so getting back to this thing right here, if you've got x equals y squared, it's sideways. If you got y equals x squared, it's up or down. So I look at this and I go, okay, x is y squared, sideways, and for sideways, it's y equals negative b over 2a instead of x. So then I go, okay, y equals, and I calculate, y is negative 1. So what's y negative 1? That means down. That means the center of the U shape is down below. We all good? Final, multiple choice. And the graph ones I never put in E. No, none of the above. The graph ones, it's one of those four. I don't know if you noticed my pattern. I never put an E on a graph because I don't want you to be confused by something that maybe looks weird to you about the graph. So you know it's one of those four. So give that a try. So negative x squared plus 4x plus 1. So is this kind going up, down, or right, left? Is it sideways or vertical? Yeah, and it's negative, so it's down. Yeah, correct. This is a down one. So it's not these two. It's either B or D, right? Because it's negative x squared. So we know it's down. Now, to know which one it is, B or D, we're going to have to find the center. Right, here's the center of the U shape here. Here's the center of the U shape there. Which one of those is correct? How do we find the center of the U shape? So you want to have this. For up, down ones, it's x. See, up, down, it's x is negative b over 2a, isn't it? So you use x is negative b over 2a.
Negative 4 divided by negative 2.
So negative, this is a, b, c. Negative b over 2 times a. Negative 4 over negative 2, and that is positive 2, huh? So which one of these dots has an x value that's positive 2? Yeah, D. It's always D on the U-shapes. No, I'm just kidding. It has been for these two. Right, that one's positive 2. It's to the right. See how the other one is left? It's negative 2. For the center, I mean where the center dot is. Is that good? Making sense? So you just got to determine, is it, just have this stuff on your 3x5 card. I mean, your full sheet of notes for the final. If it's y equals x squared, it's up, down. X equals y squared, right, left. And then once you know that, you know whether to use x is negative b over 2a or y is negative b over 2a. And from that, you can find which one's right. All right. So this has really been an expansion of your ability to graph. We've seen a lot of different graphs. And then if you keep moving up in trig and then pre-calc, you get more specific. Same graphs, but they get more detailed. Like where's the focus point, where's the all kinds of stuff. So, all right. Give that one a try. So decide if it's right, left, up, or down. Did any of your teachers cancel classes today? Really? What of your teachers did?
Not you, though.
Not me, though.
Not you.
Because that is illegal procedure on their parts.
They called in sick.
They called in sick, yes.
Goes to the left, right?
That's right, nobody's going to tell on them, huh? All right, so is it right, left, or is it up, down? Go back to the thing. When you have x, where is it? Is it here? Yeah, when you have x is positive or negative y squared, that's the sideways, huh? So negative y squared would be left. So x equals negative y squared. This one's going to the, negative is to the left, positive to the right, or up for positive, down for negative. So we know it's going left, which means you need y equals negative b over 2a, right? When they're going left for sideways, it's y equals negative b over 2a. So y is negative b over 2a. So it's going left. Which ones are going left? Well, B and D are both going left, aren't they? It's one of those two. Let's find the y value, negative b over 2a. So this is A, B, C. Negative b over 2 times a. 4 over negative 4. So y is negative 1. Which one of those have a center dot? Here's the center dot on this one. Here's the center dot on that one. Which one of those have a center dot y is negative 1? D, huh? D. See, it's always D. There we go. That good? Is that how we know that one? Left, because it's negative. And down 1 for the center dot. Y is negative 1. No questions? All right, I'll move it on. Okay, number 5. So now, we're changing gears totally. So that's it for the parabolas. Sideways. So we learned to do them sideways and up and down. Now we're changing gears completely. This is a circle. This is the equation of a circle. How you find, let me make it down here, make it a little bigger. It's really pretty easy. This will be very easy stuff for you. So, this is a 3-section day, but I think it'll be easy 3-section day because all 3 of these sections are pretty easy. What you do to find, so this is a circle, and what you do to find the center is take the opposite of this and the opposite. Remember when we did that before with the parentheses? We did opposite of things in parentheses. That's what we do here too. So the center of this circle will be opposite of positive 2, which is negative 2. Opposite of positive 1, which is negative 1. Yeah. So back 2, down 1 is the center of the circle. That's the middle. So here I'm just going to make a circle like this. So I go back 2, down 1, boom, right there. Back 2, down 1 is the center of that circle. Okay, and then so what do you? So I'm making a circle. I'm telling you, this is a circle, as they said as well. It is a circle, and so to make a circle, you got to know the center. So there's the center, and then you got to know how far out from the center. What do they call that? To the edge. How far from the center to the edge? Called the radius of the circle. So the radius, the distance from the middle to the edge everywhere is, anybody know it already? Square root of that number on the right side. So it'd be 2. Square root of 4 is 2. So it's really simple. Just put this on your full sheet of notes for the final. Just opposite square root. That's all you got to do. Opposite square root. Okay, so then you put the center on the graph, back 2, down 1. There's the center. And then from that center, you go 2, because that's how far from the center, to the edge, up, 2 down, 2 right, 2 left, and you hit the edge. So if I'm here in the center, I'm going to go up 1, 2, dot. To the right, 1, 2, dot. To the left, 1, 2, dot. Down, 1, 2, dot. And make your circle. And that's it, we're done. Does that make sense what I did? So from that center, I went up 2, down 2, right 2, left 2. 2 in every direction. Because that's the radius. How far from the center to the edge? Every direction. 2. Up 2, down 2, right 2, left 2. So for these circle ones, you just go opposite square root. Put the center down, and up 2, down 2, right 2, left 2. Now, let me show you how to do it on the Math Excel grapher thing. Because on the final, it'll be multiple choice. These are questions on the final. It'll be multiple choice. You won't make your own circle. Let's put it on the... Okay, try that one. Can you read it? X minus 5 squared plus y squared is 7. So find the center first off. That 7's not rootable, so just use root of 7. We'd use that in your calculator. It'll be 2 point something. 2.2, 2.3, I don't know. So what's the center of this circle? Opposite of the number added or subtracted next to x. Opposite of the number added or subtracted next to y. So opposite of -5?
Positive 5, -1.
0, right? Because that's like y plus 0. Remember, it's added or subtracted number. You can't add 1. That would change it, right? Y plus 1 would be different. We're talking about what number is added or subtracted next to y. That's the same as y plus 0 or y minus 0. Everybody with me? So the center is 5, 0. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We good there? There's the center. Now, what's the radius? Square root of 7, which is some weird number. It's 2.4?
6.
So I'll just go 6. That's as accurate as I can do. Just like 2.5 about. So I'm just going to eyeball. It'd be multiple choice on the final. So, it's about 2.5. So from the center, go 1, 2, and like a half. Up. And then go down. 1, 2, and like a half. Go right. 1, 2, and like a half. Left. 1, 2, and like a half. Whoop, I kind of went up. My drawing is not so good. There we go. I told you I got a C in art in 7th grade, and that was the end of my art career, right? And I was kind of trying back then. I've sort of quit trying. I could do a little better than that, probably. So just 1, 2, and then a half. 1, 2, and then a half. 1, 2, and then a half. So it'll be easy to tell on the multiple choice final. It'll be clear. It looks about like that. The center's over 5, and it goes up about 2.5. Up, down, right, and left, 2.5. Is that good? Let's go look at the multiple choice. Yeah, so see, so go back. Here's our answer. See our answer there? Go back. That's clearly A. Not even close. The other ones are just crazy different. Good? It'll be that easy. Right, good. It's clearly A. It's a circle off to the right. Circle off to the right. That's A.
0, 0 would be the center.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So x squared plus y squared. 25. Try that one. See if you can graph that one. Center is going to be 0, 0, isn't it? Because there's nothing added next to x, nothing added next to y, 0, 0. What's the radius? Square root of 25, 5. So the center's right smack in at the origin, then just go up 5, down 5, right 5, left 5. And make a circle.
My circle makes me scared.
We good? Easy stuff, right? Easy pickings. Your favorite homework so far. Maybe not your favorite, but be easy on the final. You know how easy this final's going to be?
It's gonna be
It's actually the old stuff that's harder than the new stuff isn't too bad. Well, on Monday, Wednesday, I'm going to bring handouts. That is, we'll do some challenging stuff. Monday, Wednesday, I'm going to bring handouts to class. The homework will not be on Math Excel. Sorry, there's more homework than even remains on Math Excel. I have 2 handouts that are homework. Arithmetic handouts and geometric, sequences and series. All right, so center is 0, 0, radius 6. Which one of those has center 0, 0, radius 6? B. Everybody see that? 36, square root of 36 be 6. Good? Move on. Okay. They want me to find center radius. Let me write this out. X squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 4y minus 130, 0. They want me to find the center and radius. How in the world? It's only messed up looking, isn't it? It's not in the right form. What do we need? What is the look we need in order to be able to find center and radius? Let's go back. Well, you gotta have something like this, and then you gotta have like parenthesis, an x, and a number, and like a square, and then a parenthesis, a y, and a number, and a square, and you gotta have this other number on the other side. That's the look we need. We need to make it look that way, so that we can just say opposite, opposite, square root, right? Or like this one here, same thing. We gotta go, parenthesis squared, number on the other side, and then we go opposite, opposite, root, and we can do it. Well, this doesn't look like that at all. How can we make this mess have parentheses squared, because that's the look we've got to give it in order to be able to graph it. That's the only way we know how to graph. Once you get the parentheses squared, it's opposite, opposite, square root. Right? So how do we do fancy plastic surgery, removing the wrinkles, giving that thing a new look so that it has parentheses square, parentheses square?
Add the 1/3 to the other side.
Okay, then what?
And then somehow get those other together. The
Yeah.
X and the Y.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Abraham. Let's move this over, and let's gather up the 2 x's, and let's gather up the 2 y's, and move the 130 over. It's a really good starting point. Okay, So what I want to do is I want to be able to make this like x plus a number, minus a number, whatever, squared, huh? And y plus or minus a number, whatever, squared, and then whatever, some number over there. Right? So I can go opposite, opposite, square root, right? How can I make this look like that and that look like that? Have we ever done anything like that before?
No.
Boy, you're just telling me you need to study for that final. Yeah, we have. It was about a month and a half ago. It was chapter 7. It wasn't like back in the beginning of the course. I'm just doing all I can to dispel any small little lie that is in your mind that says you could not study for the final and your life will work out okay. That's not true. You need to study hard. Math and science finals, you need to give, I would say, a whole day at least, 8 hours of going through those old exams, those 5 old exams. Absolutely. That would be minimal to go through each of those old exams, right? And they're all on YouTube. So you can have all the help you need. Go through each of those old practice exams, solve all those problems. Anytime you're stuck, just go to the YouTube, find where we solved them for sure. Because here's another thing you've forgotten. I know, it's like I said, seasons have come and gone. It's been a long time. It's been about a month and a half for this. It's called magic number, completing the square. When you make something squared, it's called completing the square. Remember how to do that? Take the middle number and put it over 2 and square it. Remember that whole thing? Coming back a little bit now?
That's what I was trying to tell you to do earlier.
And so that would be 4 squared, 16. So that means you need to add 16 here. And whenever you add 16 to the left side,
You gotta add 16.
you got to add 16 to the right side so you don't change anything. Remember that a little bit? Is it coming back? And then for the y, do the same thing. We're doing it for x and y. Grab the middle number, put it over 2, and square it, which is negative 2 squared, which is positive 4. These always come out positive because you square them in the end, huh? Positive 4. So that means add 4. Whatever you do to one side, you've got to do the other to keep the balance. Now, these 3 and these 3 will factor as a square. Guaranteed. That's what guarantees it. So you tell me, how does x squared plus 8x plus 16 factor?
It's whatever's in the parentheses.
X plus 4x plus 4. Right? Because they multiply to be 16, they add to be 8. So it's x plus 4 squared. See that? Am I going too fast? Do you remember this? This is called completing the square. We did this. So what about the y? Can you finish the y? So again, every time we take the middle term over 2 squared. I call it the magic number, the completing number. You give it exactly what it needs to make it factor, to complete it. So can you do the y one now? How will the y factor?
2.
Yeah, what two numbers add to be 4?
You have 2 negatives.
Or no, they add the middle, huh? What am I doing? They multiply to be positive 4, they add to be negative 4, huh? What signs do we need?
Negative.
Both negative signs. Because they add to be negative 4, two negatives multiply to be positive, huh? So it's y minus 2 squared. Do you see that? That's some fancy plastic surgery. Gave it a brand new look. Haven't changed anything. We did the same thing to both sides. What's the number on the right side now? If you add these up, these two make 20. 20 and 130, 150. There we go. We gave it a new look. Now we can graph it. Now that we've changed the way it looks, it's now graphable for us.
Opposite square.
Yeah, now we can just go opposite, opposite, square root. Right? So the center, now we know the center. Where's the center of the circle? Negative 4, comma, positive 2, isn't it? Opposite, opposite. Like that. The square root of 150, I have no idea. What it is. Well, let me see. Let me go back and answer the question. All right, so x squared plus y squared minus 12x0. Try that one. Same kind of thing. Complete the square. Give it the new look. Give it the parentheses square, parentheses square. By the way, notice y squared's alone, so you don't need to do anything to y. That making sense?
Yeah.
But-
It's 0, right?
Right. Put the two x's together. Y squared, he's just y plus 0 squared. He's good. You don't have to mess with him, but you got to finish the x. So you got to give x what he needs to both sides. So, getting that okay? Grab the middle. Over 2 squared minus 6 squared. Positive 36? That's the completing number. That'll give it a plus 36 and that'll complete it. Whatever you do to one side, you gotta do the other. So these three make x minus 6 squared, don't they? Is that okay? X minus 6 times x minus 6? And these guys, this is really y minus 0 or plus 0. It's just y squared. So then opposite, opposite, What's the center? Plus 6, 0. The radius, square root of 36. The radius is 6. Done. Center is 6, 0. Radius is 6. That okay on completing the square there? Questions I can answer? All right, I'm going to move on. If you're